Hi, this is Rebecca, and I'm really excited to be starting this series on pursuing your purpose. Today I want to talk about the waiting game. A lot of people I've seen just kind of wait for their purpose to happen, for their destiny to just come about. They spend their lives, I think, in some respects, waiting for life to happen to them instead of working their life. It's the idea of enacting that big break or just that big moment, that big client, that big something that changes everything for you. And if it hasn't happened yet, then it just must not be my time. And a lot of excuses come out of that. There's the idea that, well, I don't really have the money to go pursue this right now, or I don't think my spouse is supportive of it, or my friends don't believe that it's the right thing for me, or I'm just not ready yet. And so these people, they just sit and wait. And I know that there was a time that I was even in that place. I was just kind of waiting. I knew what the vision was, I knew what I wanted to do, but it wasn't my time yet, right? A lot of that, I think, is really just a cover-up. It's a cover-up for some fear, whether it be a fear of failure, big one, a fear of success some people have, because that means that their lives change and they have to adjust. Sometimes it is just a fear of any change. It's a fear of just that growth. It's a fear of any number of things. What will other people think? Or, how is that going to really work? Or how is my life going to change? And so the fear is covered up by, well, it just must not be my time. It hasn't happened for me yet. So I'll just keep waiting. And you could end up your whole life just waiting. I think that there was a movie back in the 90s called What About Bob? And in that movie, Bill Murray played a character who was talking to a young kid who had a lot of fears. And so Bill Murray's response to how to fix the fear was to give him a bigger fear, something that he should worry about more. So he talked about Tourette's syndrome and started then explaining what it is and then cursing and saying, well, if I can control what I'm saying, then I must not have the syndrome, so I don't need to be scared of it. And because that's a worse fear than other fears you have, that you don't need to worry about the other stuff either. It's all good. You're going to be fine. And I don't necessarily think that that's a psychologist-approved approach to just have a bigger fear in order to overcome your fears. But nonetheless, I want to kind of throw out a bigger fear to you that maybe will help you overcome some of your other fears that might keep you waiting. That would be the fear of missed opportunities. They say that people at the end of their lives, their biggest regrets are not the things that they did. Their biggest regrets most often are the things they didn't do, the things they didn't try, or the opportunities they just missed. Those are the big regrets. So are you gonna fear the failure or the struggle or the, whatever your friends think? Or are you going to go through life waiting and possibly at the end of your life have to deal with just plain regret? I would much rather fear missed opportunities than fear any failure or any other challenge that might come along the way. In the book Chasing the Lion by Mark Batterson, he makes an interesting comment that the managed failure is the biggest key to success. I'm paraphrasing that a little bit, but the idea being that don't fear the failure. You could learn from that. In fact, the first time you try something, there's a decent chance you might fail at it, but that's okay. You'll learn, you'll grow, and out of that failure is typically the biggest genesis of success. And it is in that learning process that you grow as an individual to be able to handle the real vision, the bigger things that come along. So where do you start? I think the key is, instead of waiting, start somewhere. So make a plan, put down your vision on paper, write the dream, write the goal, and start working back to what does that mean. And don't expect that you're going to get it all at once, or that you have to have it all at once. That's not realistic. In fact, the biggest and best dreams are going to take a lifetime. So start somewhere. So start with that first step. Maybe it's something that you need to learn, an area that you need to develop within yourself, a skill, an education, anything along that line. Maybe it's a relationship that you have to build, a network, other people coming around you that will help you in pursuit of that dream. Maybe it's a discipline that you need. If you're going to be a great musician, you need to practice every day. There's a discipline involved in that. So maybe there is some discipline that you need to establish and follow through. Whatever it is, start somewhere. Take the first step. If you're gonna drive across the whole country, you gotta start by starting the car and pushing the gas. So that's what today is really about. Think it through, take the first step. Don't fear the failure or the challenge or any of those other things. Fear the opportunity missed, and fear the prospect of getting to the end of a life with having regrets of missing it. So I encourage you, move forward. That's what this is about every day. It's a journey. Move forward and enjoy it. Enjoy every bit of it, because as you progress, you're gonna just experience more and more of it, and that purpose will come alive in you. The more you do, the more exciting it gets. So I want to also encourage you, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be producing these videos every week. You can expect each week to get a new one. We'll be talking about more of these kinds of topics so that we together can move forward and pursue our purpose. Thank you.